The sources are talking about a deadline date as well. Bank folks are talking, 3 letters are talking, it's a beautiful thing. Exclamation mark. Question: are the sources in agreement as far as the deadline date is concerned? Yes. Time will tell, the clock is ticking. Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq discusses with the German ambassador enhancing the financial inclusion plan in Iraq and digital transformation. The November census starts on the 20th, and the 21st, Wednesday and Thursday we will be in curfew, they say will be a 4-day holiday. The launch of the activities of the International Scientific Conference under the slogan Development Financial and Economic Stability to Restore Confidence in the Dinar. This seems to be the #1 goal in the government right now, to restore the confidence in the dinar so that when they change the value people have faith in it and use the dinar instead of the dollar. Yes, we want it faster, but I think we are about to get it. WTO saying Iraq is an economic powerhouse is exciting. The reason they just told you that Iraq has completed everything to join the WTO. Iraq is not in a hurry to join the WTO, but the WTO desperately wants Iraq because a new exchange rate that will be very profitable for both sides. Laying the foundation stone for the largest skyscraper in Baghdad. The Baghdad municipality is proud to give approval for the first skyscraper in the heart of the capital, Baghdad, within the new downtown complex of the city of Baghdad. I just received a deadline date for the RV, but I don't believe it until I hear from more sources. Redemption centers are banks. They are bank offices designed to be off-premises for the purpose of validating and verifying the IQD and accrediting your bank account with the exchange amount deposit. They are banks and you will not get better rates at a bank exchange center. It is against the law to sell a financial instrument for different prices at different places. It is called the rule of one price. There are laws and they will be followed. The next pay period, for Iraqi government salaries, that will follow up after this one will be based on the new exchange rate, and so will the HCL payment to the citizens. Both their back pay and the HCL will be presented to the citizens at the same time, not on separate events. Do not look for purchasing power yet. Coordination with the World Bank for projects. Pretty much everybody except the US and the Federal Reserve is banking on Iraq's WTO ascension and the increase in value of the dinar. The World Bank is one of those, and they are working with Iraq on larger infrastructure projects. Iraq is not staying in the background for much longer. Most likely when they announce the official WTO ascension we will see a public rate. EMO deputy spokesman for the UN Secretary General, census results must be used for development. The Parliamentary Finance Committee is expected to discuss the 2025 budget next November, amid a general trend to pass it easily and not amend it significantly, while the Prime Minister's advisor for financial affairs, Dr. Mazhar Mohammed Salih, stated that the 2024 budget that entered into force had a precautionary deficit of about 64 trillion dinars. Salih said, in an interview with Al-Sabah, the average Iraqi oil sales for 2024 were estimated at no less than $75 per barrel, noting that the general financial need for bridge loans, which are short-term loans, to address the possibility of a deficit may not exceed 10 trillion dinars in all cases, which are borrowing amounts permitted under Law No. 13. The financial advisor added that the country's financial life in 2024 is proceeding smoothly, wondering, otherwise how did the Ministry of Finance issue 2024, in cooperation with the Central Bank of Iraq, achievement bonds for public subscription? Saleh explained that these bonds are denominated in Iraqi dinars and come in multiple categories, including a category of 500,000 Iraqi dinars for 2 years with an annual return of 6.5%, indicating that these bonds are a safe investment, as the government is committed to paying the annual interest on them, and they are an integral part of bridging the deficit in the general budget for the year 2024, which means that they will come into effect. In turn, economic researcher Ziad al-Hashemi warned in an interview with Al-Sabah that the 2024 budget is facing pressures in terms of limited liquidity, noting that this has caused the government to be unable to spend the capital or investment budget, and to direct liquidity exclusively towards the operating budget. Al-Hashemi continued that this mechanism has disrupted the implementation of the government's development and service programs and has significantly disrupted them, expecting the deficit in the 2025 budget to increase with the decline in oil prices, below $70 as a result of the decline in global demand for oil. He expected that it would cause financial hardship and a weakening of the ability to spend if the decline in oil revenues continued for periods exceeding 2 quarters, indicating that the hardship might force the government to return to borrowing internally and externally, in the hope that oil prices would rise again in the near future.